Imagine you're flipping through a faded scrapbook and you come across a photograph of a blonde little girl, no older than 6, wearing a hand-loosened school uniform and standing barefoot on a gravel driveway in Stockholm. That girl is Linda Ulvaeus, the daughter of Agnetha Folkskog and Bjorn Ulvaeus, long before anyone knew her as ABBA royalty. In that image, she holds a battered tennis racket in one hand and a half-eaten ice pop in the other, her expression caught between delight and mischief. Behind her, a Volkswagen Beetle gleams under the Scandinavian sun, and you can almost hear the distant echo of her mother's melodic hum, the same hum that would one day become part of pop history. Friends from the neighborhood recalled how little Linda would practice her own dance routines on the family lawn, often tripping over her own feet and then bursting into giggles that turned every fall into a moment of joy. The next rare snapshot shows Linda at 10 years old, wandering the backstage corridors of a Stockholm theater. Oversized headphones around her neck and a notebook clutched under her arm, she's spying on a recording session where her mother is laying down vocal tracks for an upcoming ABBA album. The producer, noticing the curious child, invited her in for a quick listen. In this photo, Linda leans close to the mixing console, eyes wide as she watches the sound waves pulsate across the monitor. Coaches from that session later remarked that she asked more questions about microphone placement and harmonies than some of the session musicians, revealing an early fascination with the mechanics behind her parents' fame. A third image captures teenage Linda on a remote Swedish island, her hair braided into 2 long plaits, collecting driftwood along the rocky shore. She's dressed in a simple sweater and leggings, no sign of celebrity glitz, just the unfiltered beauty of a child exploring the world. Her sketchbook lies open at her feet, pages filled with charcoal drawings of seabirds and seaweed patterns. Family friends say she spent hours translating nature onto paper, a quiet refuge from the ever-growing media attention around her family. That scrapbook picture shows Linda with a calm intensity, that moment when a child realizes art can be both escape and expression. Then there's a grainy black and white still from her first public performance, an intimate charity concert, where she stood on a small stage in Stockholm's heart, microphone in hand. She wore a vintage floral dress and played an acoustic guitar, singing a simple ballad she'd written herself. In the photo, you see the tremor in her hand as she strums the opening chord, and the resolute set of her jaw as she conquers stage fright. The audience, filled with family, friends, and local supporters, remembers watching in stunned silence as Linda's clear, melodic voice rose over the strings, proof that her talent was not merely inherited but uniquely her own. Another hidden photograph takes you to a wintry night in 1992 when Linda, now in her late teens, hosted a secret gathering for local youths at her family's countryside estate. Candles flickered in mason jars along a snow-packed path leading to a refurbished barn where she DJ'd records by ABBA and other Scandinavian artists, her cheeks flushed from laughter and the cold. In one frame, she poses beside a roaring bonfire, arms around classmates, sharing stories of midnight snowball fights and impromptu folk dances. That night, she gave away signed vinyl copies of her mother's solo albums, a gesture of gratitude to the friends who reminded her that, despite everything, she was still just a teenager with a love for music and community. Finally, the last image in this rare collection shows Linda Ulvaeus stepping onto the stage of a Stockholm theater in 2009, ready to debut her own musical production based on folktales of her youth. Dressed in a tailored suit rather than sequins, she surveys the empty seats with a soft smile, clutching a well-worn script. A single spotlight waits for her cue. In that quiet moment, captured without filters or fanfare, you witness the culmination of a lifetime spent absorbing melodies, mastering storytelling, and forging her own path beyond the shadows of her legendary parents. This photo is proof that Linda's journey, rooted in childhood curiosity, artistic exploration, and heartfelt community, is a story unto itself. If these rare glimpses into Linda Ulvaeus's hidden chapters moved you, please like this video, subscribe for more untold stories, and share in the comments which image surprised you most. Thanks for watching.